He started off playing nice, committing to the team game, and it was working. He was even the favorite to win the MVP. Then all of a sudden, all hell broke loose. The season started to go the other way, and Kobe Bryant decided to take matters into his own hands. He started hitting numbers that we have never seen in the modern era. But before we get to that, let's consider what drove the Black Mamba to the greatest scoring stretch in NBA history. It's the 2006 playoffs, and the Lakers are facing the second seed Phoenix Suns. This series was predicted to end quickly. The Suns were a deep team even without Amari Stoudemire. The Lakers were the exact opposite. All they had was Kobe, and everyone knew it. I mean, he shot 1,248 times more than Lamar Odom, who was their second leading scorer. There was no way that Kobe could beat the number one offensive team in the league by himself. But the Zen Master had a plan, and it nearly worked. He decided to use their size advantage over the Suns' small ball lineup, and to use Kobe more as a decoy. He only averaged 23 points per game for the first 4 games of the series, but they had a 3-1 series lead. They were on the verge of completing one of the biggest upsets in NBA history. Although they fell short, they seemed to have figured out how to win games with this lineup. We fast forward to the 2006-07 season, and they wanted to commit to this new approach. For example, this is how Kobe explained his mentality going into the season, according to the New York Times. Phil and I talked, and Phil basically said, just let it roll off your back. You had a great year. You played exactly how we talked about playing and executing in the playoffs. We just came up short. Come back and regroup. Instead of winning games by himself, Kobe was committed to focusing on the team aspect, and it nearly worked to perfection. In the first part of the season, they were one of the best teams in the Western Conference. At the halfway mark, the Lakers were the 4th seed, and they were 1 game behind the Spurs. Up to that point, Kobe was averaging 27.9 points per game on 47% shooting. That is 7.4 points less than the previous year. He was scoring less, and the Lakers were winning more games. Everything seemed perfect in La La Land. Then all of a sudden, the Lakers season became a disaster. Now they couldn't even win a game due to the various players that went down with injuries. Lamar Odom missed 26 games. Luke Walton missed 22 games. Kwame Brown missed 41 games. Vladimir Radmanovich missed 27 games. And Brian Cook missed 17 games. By no surprise, there was a 15-game stretch where the Lakers went 3-12. Now they were fighting just to make the playoffs, and Kobe was getting pissed off. The Lakers started the month of March losing 7 straight games. In the final 2 games of that losing streak, they lost by 36 points to the Mavericks and 27 points to the Nuggets. This is where Kobe Bryant snapped. It started on March 16 against the Portland Trail Blazers. The first bad sign for Portland that this was going to be one of those nights was when he threw up this half-court shot after the whistle blew that somehow went in. Although the shot didn't count, he more than made up for it in the biggest moments of the game. He scored 24 points in the 4th quarter while hitting all 4 3-point attempts. That includes making this game-tying 3 that forced overtime. But nothing was more impressive than the shot he made in overtime. He made this incredibly tough baseline 3-pointer while facing a double team that broke the tie and eventually won them the game. He ended up scoring 65 points, which is the 2nd highest total of his career. It was an all-time great performance, but he was just getting started. The next game was against Kevin Garnett and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Phil Jackson told reporters after the game that the game plan was to give the ball to Kobe early and let him cook. Of course, I'm paraphrasing here, but the Zen Master was also losing patience with his team. He mentioned that there was no time to implement any kind of system. Kobe was going to be the system for the time being. If he saw single coverage, he was going to attack. And he made tough shot after tough shot. He scored exactly 50 points. That's 2 straight games of scoring over 50. If you think Kobe was going to be content with those 2 performances, think again. The next victim was his future teammate, Pau Gasol and the Memphis Grizzlies. At this point, the Lakers knew exactly what the game plan was. Ride the hot hand of Kobe. But to do that, you have to put him in the best position to score. The Grizzlies did not want to be on the wrong end of history, so they were going to send double and triple teams at him. Kobe admitted after the game that his teammates did a good job of setting good picks and good screens, which allowed him to score on good looks. But there was nothing easy about the way he attacked the opposition all game long. Mike Miller even mentioned to reporters he got his foot on the accelerator the whole game. With the game close, Kobe kept attacking until the victory was secured. He ended up with 60 points. He became just the fourth player to score at least 50 points in 3 straight games. He joined the company of Will Chamberlain, Elgin Baylor, and Michael Jordan, and nobody has done it since. At this point, Kobe had already made history, but he wasn't quite done terrorizing the league. The next game was against Chris Paul and the New Orleans Hornets. If you had NBA League Pass, you were tuning into this game. Everyone wanted to see if Kobe could do it again. Could he do something that no other player has done since Will Chamberlain in the 1961-62 season? Score over 50 points in 4 straight games? With so much riding on this game, he brought a playoff atmosphere to the city of New Orleans. But this is where he thrives. If everyone is watching, might as well put on a show. Like a cold-blooded killer, he had a cool demeanor while he scored one highly contested shot after another. By the end of the third quarter, he already had 44 points, and history was well within his grasp. All he needed was 6 points. And he hit the 50-point mark with this jumper with about 5 minutes left in the game. When it was all said and done, he pushed the Lakers to 4 straight victories by scoring 50 or more each time. Let's put in perspective how incredible of an accomplishment this was. When Wilt averaged over 50 points in 1962, the NBA was averaging a whopping 126 possessions per game. That is a lot of opportunities for a player to score a bunch of points. In 2007, the league average was about 92 possessions per game. For Kobe to put up Wilt Chamberlain numbers during that time is very impressive. But this wasn't just a 4-game sample. He ended up scoring over 50 points 3 more times after this. That's a total of 7 games of scoring over 50 points in a span of 17 games. From March 16, when he started this crazy scoring stretch against Portland, to the final game of the season on April 18, he averaged a combined 40.3 points on 47% shooting. For the season, he had a total of 10 games where he scored over 50 points. Wilt Chamberlain is the only other player to have over 10 50-point games in a season. Now let me ask you this. What type of season could he have had if he would have doubled down and made scoring a priority as he did the previous year? I believe he would have had an even greater season, as crazy as that sounds. Could he have averaged over 40 points per game? With him, you just never know. But what we do know is that he was done breaking scoring records. He wanted to win championships. Once he got the talent that he needed to contend, we saw what he was able to do in the next 3 seasons. But for that one glorious month, Kobe reached a level that we have never seen before or since.